We can't possibly be wasting our time, our energy on things that doesn't make sense, whereas we have seriously pressing issues regarding our country, regarding Africa, most especially the western part of it, where we belong. We cannot be having this mountain of problem and we still have that extra energy to do things that people will term as distraction. Things that doesn't really make that much of a sense. I don't know if you're getting me. What am I trying to pinpoint out of this video is the fact that we have so many people fighting for a better Nigeria. We have so many people fighting to make Africa great again. But some actually doing it the wrong way by heading the wrong direction. Yes, of course, you should understand what I mean. Nigeria problem, for instance, anything you are doing in Nigeria today that is not about having an INEC that works, that is not about making Nigerians being given the opportunity, the right, the power to decide who get to an elective position, then any other thing we are doing, we are merely just catching cruise. It is that simple. Okay, let me bring in some people that have been on the forefront of fighting for this country that we know. And I'm going to use this opportunity to send messages to them. I hope this video find you all in good faith. And for you that is in this video, please do well to share it because I have a lot of message here. Now, let me start from Omoyele Sowore. We all know who Sowore is. So many loved him. So many also don't like him. That is normal. That is why you are a living human being. Everybody can't like you and everybody can hate you. But for those of us that like him, maybe for instance myself, it doesn't mean I don't have things about him I don't like. After all, he's not a perfect human. Omoyele Sowore has been on the forefront fighting for the oppressed. That is what he's known for. He's an activist. He wants Nigeria to work. He wants things to be done rightly. He wants a country that is being governed by the rule of law. But Omoyele Sowore, sir, I'm here to see you lead a fight against whichever authority, maybe the government themselves or no, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime, it's all about the federal government because every other persons are mere loyalists. Call them the National Assembly, call them the state governor, they are mere loyalists. So it's all about the presidency. Why are we not asking the presidency with all that we have to give us an INEC that function? This is something we know they will never give because it will send them all home. But what if we all channel our energy and resources towards that part? Let it be that Nigerians are fighting for just one thing. Will it not be easier? So Omoyele Sowore, I know you represent something great. You want Nigeria to work. But can you just think about this? Then my ratted president, very dark black man, VDM, Vincent Ose, I salute you, bro. You'll be doing so many things to sanitize the system from the angles you know. You mostly pick on individuals, we know. Individuals that you perceive doing the wrong thing. But, and I've said in my video before, VDM would not be what he is today, popular, famous, also facing the threat and danger he's facing in the course of trying to do what he does, if Nigeria had a system that works. You will agree with me that VDM does the work of police. He does the work of EFCC. He does the work of immigration sometimes from what we've seen. If we have a functional nation where things are done properly, where the systems are in place, this will not be the responsibility of VDM. He will probably be doing something else because you cannot deny the fact that these are draining the man. In as much as so many people think he has gotten fame from this, but it's also draining life out of him. If you know what that guy is lacking behind that he should be having now, that there is no time for choose of based on the party he has chosen, you will pity for him. Many envy him, many want to be in his shoe. But if you know the price and sacrifice he's paying, you will flee. VDM, I want to see you talking about reforming INEC. See, this is not time to say I'm not into politics. You must be involved. Unless you want the country to continue like this, the only thing that can rectify Nigeria is a positive politics. Not, okay, VDM, let me use this for instance. Of all the fight you fought, you bring it from the branches down to the main stem, and that is where your power ends, and it remains there. And you don't solve problems from the branches. As long as the stem is still rooted on the earth, it will continuously be there. In the case of Mobad. Let me say, for instance, in the case of Mobad, you have been investigating the case of Mobad, trying to know what happens and what didn't happen. You've done well. You've gone far. In as much as I can see that you, maybe from my own understanding, you are trying to achieve two aims. One, to know who killed Mubad. Two, to even authenticate if his son is truly his biological son. That's why you were so serious about the issue of the DNA. Fine, these are very okay. But if at the end you are able to investigate to the stage where you now find out who took the life of Mubad, can you prosecute? VDM, you cannot prosecute. It will not be the power of the law enforcement agency, who we know as of today, in most cases, are very corrupt. Most especially when you belong to APC today. So what I'm trying to say in essence, VDM, you can try to fight certain crime to a point, you'll be powerless because you cannot prosecute. In the case of Papa J, the man that was selling and still selling everything, you challenge this man for having a fake NAFDAC number. And at the end, NAFDAC proved that you were right, that the NAFDAC number was fake. But because you weren't having the power to prosecute Papa J, you hands off. Has he stopped selling? The answer is no. So in the essence, we should focus our energy on what we fix the country, what we make the system work. We cannot just say politics is normal. We should all be involved. Very important. And I will not forget this, my brother. This is my brother, Scott Iguma, the guy that has called out this real estate agent that says certificate instead of lands. Scott Iguma, you'll be fighting a fight in the real estate sector and you'll be doing wonderfully well. But at the end of the day, are you able to prosecute these criminals in the name of real estate mogul? The answer is no. You call out some, those that are scared will do a refund. Those that are not scared will say, take me to the authority. Because they know the system is corrupt, you take them there, what next? Nothing. Even in most cases, these people are connected to the extent that they can fight you back and keep you where you don't want to be for a long time. So based on this, for those of us that have these voices, let's keep calling out on one goal. It is one thing that will rectify Nigeria, an INEC that works. So everything that needs to be done around and within that INEC must be done. The president must stop handpicking his loyalists. Any president, not just Tinubu, not Buhari, not Obasanjo, any president henceforth shouldn't have a say on who becomes INEC chairman. This is what will solve Nigeria. Not until we get election right. Forget it. There are people I'm not calling here because they're already on the forefront of this. I'm not calling Aisha Yusuf. I'm not calling Peter for Nigeria, which is Peter Aka. I'm not calling Precious Oruche Mama P, because these are already on the forefront of taking care of that area. We must join. Not just talking about it. I'm not an activist anyway. I call myself an advocate. I'm advocating for a better society, a better Nigeria. But those that are activists, let your activism be channeled towards a just cause. We shouldn't be chasing cloud. I'm sorry to say that, because when you are trying to kill the problem from the branches, you are merely chasing cloud. INEC, whatever it's going to cost, let Nigeria go for it. If we are going to lay down our lives to get an INEC that works, to know that our children will have a better Nigeria, that will no longer start running abroad to be slaves and facing all sorts of torture and inhuman treatment out there, wouldn't that be worth it? I hope you all take a look at this and that you help me share this video. Until then, see you again in my next video.